Hey guys, doing the STVA removal on my GSXR. Removing it entirely and replacing it with this STVA simulator. What this does is tricks the computer into thinking your secondary throttle valve actuator is still there, and means you won't get any error codes on your dash. So any error codes you do get will be reading true and you won't have a red light on all the time. What I've done to get to this stage is first take the fuel tank off. You've got 2 bolts here, that'll let it pivot up, and then you've got the 2 mounting bolts here that hold it on. You can do it with it, just pivot it up, but I think this gives you a lot more room, so I take the 2 bolts off. And then you're removing your fuel line feed, and I guess this is for your fuel gauge that runs into it, or something. Anyway, that gets the tank off. Once the tank's off, take off your airbox. The airbox has 1 bolt here, and for each throttle body there's a mounting point. You unscrew these, it just slides off. Once it slides off, vacuum hoses and a couple of lines run into it. Undo them, make sure you keep note of where they go. But when you're putting it back together, okay, now that gets you into the throttle bodies. I've already done 2. The STVA sits down here. I've taken that out. Now once you find it, it's pretty simple to work out the bolts and how to get it out. That's the unit, cable driven one in the 2001 model. Later models have one that's not cable driven, it's mounted directly onto pretty much directly onto here, but this one sits down here and pulls this. And this is your the STVA butterflies. I've taken 2 off, you can see here. And you can see even deeper in there you've got your actual throttle butterflies. When you're doing this, just don't touch your throttle. If you do drop a screw, it'll sit down there and you can get it out with some pliers. If you let that screw go down into the top of your motor, it's going to be a bitch to get out. So I've read that you need to heat these screws up because the Loctite's quite tight on them, but I've found that they come off quite easily. So I'm just holding this with one hand and then using the screwdriver with the other and getting them out. Once they're out, the 2 wires that normally run to STVA plug into the simulator. So I'll plug that in, cable tied up into there. I'll shoot another video when it's all out and running.